GNT show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. These are the voyages of the GNT show. Our continuing mission to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to Boliga, where no show has gone before. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the GNT Show, episode 224. I'm Terry Lynn, and to my right, your left, is the man, Gettysburg 7.
Ready for Getty, Joel Ontro. Good morning, everyone. And I'd like to thank model Kirsten and her boyfriend, Mr. Mike. She was having a Twitch session, and I said she tweeted that it was coming, and I was like, I'll be in there. And she was like, ready for Getty.
Oh, that's cute.
So they came up with a tagline for me. There she is to my left, your right, wearing her all red with her little sash that says Miss Valentine's. Happy Valentine's Day, darling. It's Terry Lynn.
Hello, and happy Valentine's Day.
Yes. And there he is to my right, your left, wearing just his diaper, just like every year at this time, with his bow and arrow. It's Cupid Ridium.
Kapla! 'Cause that's amore.
Oh, so cute. Now please put something on. And there she is across the table, face palming as usual. It's Janet Jesfa.
Good morning. It's -6 degrees here, and please put some clothes on.
Her nipples are cut in glass.
Basically, it's scary around here.
Oh my God, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy day of thee.
Coffee clutch time.
What did you do this week? Coffee clutch.
It is.
Okay.
And there's the Lady Renegade is there. Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Yeah, Alan and I don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
No, it's a shit holiday.
Yeah, we never have. I don't think we ever have. I really don't think so.
Terry, do you think you ever have?
I don't think so.
Oh, that takes a lot of the pressure off.
Well, it really does. It really does. He knows I love it. He knows I love him.
Every day's Valentine's Day at the Show House.
Well, it kind of is.
Ugh.
You make me reclamped.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Oh, look. That's the bile in my throat.
Oh, too bad. So, Nick, what'd you do this week?
Well, let's see. I should be at Farpoint right now.
Yeah, you should be.
But I was pretty sick this week, actually, including a migraine that lasted several days and a fever. So I was not going to be patient zero at a con. That's what Moogie's for.
Well, that's what Moogie's for. Oh, she'll kick your ass for that.
She even said that she thinks she might have been last year.
Oh my God. No, you had a couple of interviews with some celebrities set up, and
with
the idea
Sean
of you
Mayer
getting
from
them
Firefly,
sick. Yeah.
And with David Giroux.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't get them sick because I like them as people.
Yeah,
and
I had a fever, and I'm not gonna fuck around with that.
Yeah.
And my apologies to the people of Farpoint. I did not want your convention goers to get sick. I didn't want to get Kelly sick.
Yeah.
I mean, she's already sick enough,
And Mikey, what did you do this week?
Oh, one thing, I made Mikey very happy.
Oh?
I started playing Timelines.
Yes, you did.
I have a complaint.
Uh-oh.
This whole Chronotons thing is stupid. Why can't I just play for 8 hours if I want to?
I know, right?
I know.
I mean, I like the game. I'm having fun. I got to combine characters because I had two Ciscos.
Yep.
So I got to combine them into the one and everything. But why are you stopping me, Disruptor Beam, from just playing all night long?
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like you get into that groove and you're just like starting to really get into it, and all of a sudden it's like, give me 150 dilithium. It's like, no.
I know. Yeah. No. Yeah. And I'm not going to spend money on it. I'm going to play it total free to play.
Yeah.
Right on.
Cool.
But stop stopping me from playing the game.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. It's but I do enjoy it. But to be honest with you, I have yet to run out of chronotons.
Well, you keep crashing, right?
I keep crashing.
Yeah, so I can kind of understand that. You don't actually hit that groove.
I don't. No. I really don't hit the groove. I don't get anywhere close to hitting a groove.
So sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, I completed like all 13 missions for an area for the first
so
one.
That first episode, the Klingon episodes. Yeah. What I have found is I'm just playing those over and over again until I get them all 3 stars.
Yep. Although,
that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, yeah, and then that unlocks the next tier of difficulty. And
right, but I can't even hit those. I can't even. See, you know me. I don't like to fail. I don't like to fail.
Okay, Kirk.
My missions. I really don't. So
I don't believe in the no-lose scenario.
Right. So I'm working on getting all of my characters up to a level stat-wise, so they won't fail the next level of missions. So that's taking a little bit of time, but
yeah, it's a good approach.
And I'm playing the Klingon missions over and over again. I'm doing as many shuttle missions as I can. Mm-hmm. Those don't level your characters, but you can get the items that you need to advance them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Louis D'Onofrio's gift there. That's actually.
Yeah. I love that episode. I do love that episode.
I do like that episode a lot. I think that episode takes a lot of shit. We're talking about the Royale.
The Royale. Yeah, the TNG's Royale. That's one of my favorite episodes. I just
it's just a bizarre episode.
It's a bizarre episode.
It's a very Twilight Zone-y episode.
But it's, as Alan would say, it's a high concept episode. It's fun. Mm-hmm. And it's really not even that high concept.
No.
They just wanted to do a caper episode, and it's like, how can we do this?
And really, there's like, for when they're on the planet, it's like minimal until they get into the Royale.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's true. It's a fun one. Mikey, what'd you do this week?
Well, I played Timelines, played Stowe. Yeah, just more of the stuff, more of the same. Going crazy. I'm experiencing a severe creative block.
Oh.
And it's just yeah. I have ideas, but it's like trying to get them on down onto paper. It's just not working. But I'm also having fun editing or going through Janet's story, and I'm sending her notes as I go along, and every time I swear I'm going to cross that line. It's going to say, you know what, fuck you. You're never going to see a piece of my writing ever again because you're just too, yeah. But
you're
it hasn't
analytical.
happened yet.
You are analytical.
I like science and technology, so that's the slant that all of my comments have.
Yes,
but that's helpful. That's very helpful.
I'm glad.
It's filling a niche, which is helpful, which is really good. You're not the only beta reader I've got, and so other people are commenting on other things, so it works.
Yay.
But you're the biggest bastard. Let her tell you that.
Well,
what about you, Jessica?
I'm getting ready for my Supreme Court confirmation hearings because I hear there's an opening.
Good luck.
I put my resume in, so because I am a lawyer by training. But anyway, what I've really been doing is working on. I put in the proposal for what I'm going to be working on for what's called a capstone project, which is what you do at the end of your master's degree instead of a thesis, and it was accepted. So I will be doing my project on social media marketing for independent writers, and by independent I mean people who do not have
publishing houses.
Literary agents.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Cool.
They can be published, even traditionally, but they just don't have agents. So this is somebody who needs a marketing plan, who needs to figure out how to query, how to work with beta readers, including people such as Mega Medeiros, and all of that stuff. And I'm hoping to get people who I know who are successful to maybe interview them for blogs, maybe even put them on YouTube, that sort of thing. It's sort of nebulous right now, but the idea was taken. So yay, and on my way.
Well, very cool.
Right on. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you very much. And there's also that job opening in DC.
Oh my God, it's going to be a crazy year in politics. There's no doubt. Let's see, what did I do this week? I worked.
Yeah.
And earlier this week, I was monitoring. This is going to just kind of slip straight into general news. So,
what's new in the Star Trek universe? General news.
Okay.
And earlier this week, I was monitoring my tweet deck, and it's a little unusual when I go into TweetDeck. It's because I really need to see what's going on, not just in the G&T show, because I have TweetDeck allows you to monitor multiple accounts across one screen.
Yeah.
And who G&T show follows is different from who I follow, and is also different from who like Beth Riker follows. And it's true.
I had to mention Beth.
I had to mention Beth. And is different from, I still monitor Mike Hinman. I still monitor Airlock Alpha. And so I still monitor these. So I noticed that across two of my accounts, that tweets started to come across from people who are involved in Star Trek in one form or another. And my antenna started to go up. And I thought, somebody is very upset that he did not get a job. Somebody else is very happy because it looks like he just got a job. The person who's upset that he didn't get the job is very happy for the person who got the job.
But he is going to destroy the universe.
He's totally going to destroy the universe. And I'm looking at who these people are and I'm thinking, wait a minute, we're about to get an announcement on Star Trek. I said, we're totally going to get an announcement here. So I jump into the G&T show chat room and I said, oh my God, you guys, I think this person might be involved. And I still think that person might be involved. Okay. That hasn't changed.
Which is why we're being
which is exactly why I'm not vague. Mentioning names right now. Exactly.
We're vague booking.
Well, you can mention
we are totally person. Vague talking. Yeah. And I've been vague tweeting, and either way, I still think that person's kind of locked in. But I knew right then we were going to be getting a big announcement pretty soon. And I just didn't think it was going to happen the next day, and it did. And I'll be darned.
I thought it happened the same day, didn't it? Was it the next day?
It was. I saw those tweets the day before.
Yeah, it was the night before.
It was the day before.
Oh, that's right. It was the night before, yeah.
It was the night before we were talking, and then the announcement came out that following morning when I was monitoring the press releases for CBS.
Stalker.
Yeah, well, that's what. Hey, when you have 4 accounts and across the 4 accounts and within 45 minutes, you're looking at people talking, and they're even vague tweeting. And here's the thing: they're vague tweeting, and you're looking at them going, "I totally know what they're talking about. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Oh my God, I know what he's talking about. I know what's going to happen. Holy crap!"
And what has happened?
Grab the remote. Star Trek's on. Television news.
And what happened is CBS announced the new showrunner for the new series, the new Star Trek series. Brian Fuller has been announced as the new showrunner for Star Trek, the new series in 2017. And this was huge news to come out.
Yes, it was.
Mic drop.
It was, yeah.
That's what they call a good get.
Yes, a very good get. And oddly enough, probably one of the few people, there were a few, but he's one of those few who found a way that everybody's happy with, right? People who aren't happy with the JJ stuff, like Brian Fuller, because he worked on DS9 and Voyager, and people who don't know Star Trek all that well are going to like Fuller because of his involvement with Hannibal, as well as other very successful shows. So this is huge. This is a big, big thing. Fuller has a great reputation for creating amazing dramas, right?
Yes, and some of them involve dead people.
Okay, so a lot of them involve dead people, yes.
Which makes me wonder if one of his crewmen is not going to be a Kabali. I'm just saying.
Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, Mike.
Joins Trek. You heard it here first.
Yeah, if we still don't know if the show will be in the Prime universe. He was interviewed 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now, where he had made mention that he had pitched a show, correct? Didn't we talk about this once, that he had pitched?
Yes.
It was 3 years ago or something?
It was 3 years ago. God, you believe we talked about that? 3 years ago, I remember going, oh man, that Brian Fuller's there's a rumor that he pitched a show. So I'm wondering.
We were on the air then. We've been online that long.
Yeah, we really have. And he had made a mention at that point in time that he wanted to take the show, bring in new characters, new species, take it in a different direction. I don't know what he meant by different direction, but he had made mention that he thought Angela Bassett would make a great starship captain. And I think everybody on the planet just went, yes, yes, she would.
Only if Ike Turner's there.
What was that?
Only if Ike Turner's there is the admiral.
Yeah, right. Now everybody is taking that 3-year-old rumor and running with it, going, Angela Bassett. And as much as I would love for Angela Bassett to be the new captain, it would be awesome.
She has been doing a lot of TV lately.
Yeah.
She's on American Horror Story as a regular, which might be a reason why she wouldn't be the captain.
Exactly. I mean, she's been on how many years of it now?
I think
2?
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
As a regular, and that show isn't going anywhere fast.
Well, isn't that one of those shows where they kill off main characters often?
No.
Mike, okay. It's different every season. They'll use the same cast.
Actors play different characters.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't watch it, so
yeah.
Thank you for educating me.
Yeah. Every year they use pretty much the same actors. And they're just
what's her name? Kathy Bates is another
Kathy
one.
Bates is in it. Jessica Lange.
They just changed the theme or the desktop background, so to speak.
They changed the time and theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always set in a different time period. It's always set at a different kind of theme.
What's her name? Roberts. Emma Roberts.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, Chooch says he goes, yeah, but if you're Angela Bassett's agents, you tell her to change shows like fast. Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah, but she might have a contract already locked in.
Exactly. There's that thing called contract.
And let's face it, American Horror Story is doing well in the ratings and has writing acclaim and all of that. So far, this Star Trek series has nothing.
Right. Untested, untried,
and CBS All Access. That's all. Yeah. That's all it's got. That's all it's got right now.
Yep. I think Enterprise is a perfect example of a show that isn't that shows that Star Trek isn't a guaranteed hit. It took a while for it to gain traction, and I know, honey, it's okay, and we all still. So yeah, but huge news because Fuller now is going to be the showrunner, which means that he's in the midst of gathering together the writers' team. And
that's like for a television show, that's like the most important piece, right?
Well, that and the money.
Well, yeah, but I mean, after the showrunner, the person who's going to guide the show's direction, the writers are probably the most important piece.
Yeah.
Before actually you start assembling the cast and the crew and the other.
Yeah. What they're going to do is they're going to gather the team together They probably already have a very good idea of the setting, the kind of cast that they're looking for, the actual characters that they're going to be moving forward with. So they might be able to run in down 2 tracks, getting the writers on one of them and the actors on the other. If this show is set to go forward in less than a year, they're going to be moving pretty quickly because they still have to get those sets built. Because let's face it, a lot of these things have to start filming by summer.
Yeah, the CGI needs to begin very, very soon because,
by January 17th, September, October, they'd have to start filming.
I don't know. I think I have to do it sooner than that.
Well, that's what Dave Mack said when he.
Yeah, okay. So, but still,
and I will believe Dave Mack before I believe anyone else.
Yeah, that's true. So that's really only 7 months away, right? 8 months away? Not even.
We're not waiting for the next president?
We're waiting for the lawsuit to end.
Haha, thank you.
So, yes, they have to get a complete cast, a complete writing staff, the sets, all of that stuff has to be built and kind of ready to go by the time they start filming, which is, I'd say, probably September at the latest, and start rolling them out. Now, are we going to assume that we're looking at a 6-episode season?
I'm not assuming anything at this point.
Yeah,
I would say at least 10.
I'm hoping for at least 13, but I want more. I can already tell I want more. I'm hoping for 13, but yeah.
Yeah, it's but this is very, very big news. I think with his involvement, with Fuller's involvement, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still nervous, you guys. I'm still nervous that we're going to end up in JJ Verse, and I'm still nervous about where. I have less fear about it being a 90210-ish thing. I have less fear about it being an Academy thing because IDW just came out with the Academy comics for the JJ Verse. But I am, and JJ Verse may not be so bad if it's a different ship, I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I don't even want to speculate so early.
Oh, why not? Come on, it's what Trekkies do, Nick.
That and argue.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little later. Thank you, Dayton.
JJ, yeah, I mean, it obviously it could work, but like I said before, I'm hoping for something new that pushes the Prime universe forward. Because the Prime universe, despite JJ's best efforts, did not end with the destruction of Vulcan and Romulus. I'm just saying, I want to see what comes next, And I although I do love Star Trek Online, and it does kind of show what comes next, but I want to see what comes next, or what comes after Stowe. I would love it if Stowe was part of its canon, part of its history.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think that the remnants of the Prime universe make for great political fodder for a television show. I just do. Yeah. The idea, the destruction of Romulus, leaving multiple factions and having everything kind of split up, kind of takes that Federation, turns it upside down and says, all right, here's your biggest challenge. I would like to see how the Federation gets through that. I would like to see how the Klingons deal with that, and I'd like to see how the Romulans deal with that. I mean, the same with the and throwing the Cardassians on top of it.
And anytime there's a power vacuum, what usually happens? Someone comes in from left field and just goes, ha ha ha.
Oh my God! It's the Pac-Led. The Pac-Led take over, and what?
You thought we were dumb. We make things go ha.
They take over. They're the new occupiers of Bajor.
Oh my!
You dig us minds.
Let me guess. They teamed up with the Temerians. So you can't understand a thing anybody says.
The only reason why anybody's occupied is because they can't understand a fucking thing that their occupiers say. What?
I'm just going to throw this out there, Mr. Fuller. I think a Romulan show would just be phenomenal.
I would like to see a heavy involvement with Romulus, or the remainders of Romulus. Well, I would. Yes.
We could also have Q come back and make that never happen.
Oh, come on. You're not one of the magic people. You're never been a fan of that. Come on.
I'm also not a fan of because somebody wants to arbitrarily wipe out an entire race who's not David Mack. Just doing.
In one episode,
but he did it. He did it with approval.
In one episode, Stowe brought it back and then wiped it out again.
Oh, don't even bring that up, Al. I'm looking at you, Al.
I know. Bring back Romulus, but it was
Doppelganger. I know you have nothing to do with it, but I'm still looking at you, Doppelganger. Because he listens. Al listens, he listens. Hi, Zero. Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm sorry, but thinking about Nick and Al as doppelgangers,
No.
Only thing
Nick
that comes
is mine. Because we look so similar.
Somebody needs a beard or glasses, please.
For a moment,
are you talking about Taco
came
Face?
to my mind. Arnold Schwarzenegger and
that's why I call him my doppelganger. We have the same name, and he looks just like me. That's been the joke for years now, Terry. That's why I say he's my doppelganger.
Oh my God, too funny. So yeah, huge news that came out this week, and we're going to start hearing more and more and more. So, go ahead, keep listening to us. And, if I start seeing more information through my tweet feed, I will let you guys know when I can.
Vaguely.
In a very vague way. Yeah. I am now pretty much 100% convinced that person is still involved. So I'm very excited. I think, I just have this huge grin on my face when I talk about the new show now, which I didn't have a year ago. I was nervous about the show. I was kind of scared about which direction it was going to go into. If it's JJ verse, to be honest with you, I'll probably be a little bit surprised. I think that there's more fodder. There's more fodder for writers, believe it or not. The writers who used to complain about being held down by canon, I think there's more fodder for them in the Prime universe now, because they can draw from that history as opposed. What was that?
Wouldn't JJ verse have?
Arguably,
because it's a blank slate at this point because everything has changed.
Yes, except for the fact that everything hasn't changed. I mean, it's obvious that JJ and crew couldn't do anything new because they had to rely on Khan and everybody
but he's
else.
A white guy. They had to white-splain Khan.
I know. They did. And look at that face and the beard. He's adorable. Okay.
I just want to hug him.
I know. and it's also fun because he's actually from, my husband and him have the same hometown.
That's cool.
Did you see
Beard's running
the very late breaking news last night?
I made something Star Trek. Unofficial Productions.
What was that?
Did you see the very late breaking news last night that I posted?
I might have.
Vic Mañana from Star Trek Continues was on the first hour of Coast to Coast AM.
Oh, how fun. Uh-huh.
Now, if you're out there listening and you don't know what Coast to Coast AM is, you've never driven you've never driven overnight.
No,
Coast to Coast AM is the greatest radio show. It's the one that Art Bell used to host.
Yep.
And that George Norrie now hosts. I don't think he's the weekend host, though.
No,
but it's the one, Terry, where they talk about Bigfoot and aliens.
You told me about this.
Conspiracy theories and all of that.
Ghosts and, you name it. If it's,
But Vic was on for the first hour talking about Continues, which is just fucking awesome. So congratulations,
it's a big audience.
Vic.
That's congratulations. That's huge.
And he was at Gallifrey 1, which is this weekend in Los Angeles.
Did you see
I've been seeing a lot
picture of her with the killer angels?
That was awesome.
Or the Weeping Angels.
Whose?
Michelle's.
No, I have seen pictures of all of my friends with Sir John Hurt, though.
It was a picture
which is pissing me off because I really wanted to meet him. He'd be awesome to meet.
Michelle was on her knees, and there was these two little kids dressed like weeping angels, and it's just the most adorable picture.
How sweet.
Yeah.
It was
and
pretty
she's
awesome.
got the Michelle smile going.
I know exactly which smile you're talking about. Miss Janet, what did you do this week? Did I already ask? Did I already ask?
Yes. I'm waiting to be called to go to DC.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You're not going to get it. You're Jewish. Hello.
There have been Jews on the court. Who do you think Brandeis was?
There's already too many women on the court.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that misogynist? Was that misogynist? Oh.
Well, I like Ruth Bader Ginsburg's reply to that. And that was, how many women do you think is okay to be on the court? And she said 9. And they said, and you don't think that's sexist? And she goes, well, there's been 9 men on the court for how many years? And how many, there were 9 men on the court for how many years? And nobody blinked an eye at that. Well, what difference did it make?
Yeah,
that's what I liked about it. And I really do want to say our condolences to the family and all of the kids of Justice Scalia on his death. That's a tragic circumstance.
I was so disgusted to see people dancing on the grave just because they disagree with them politically.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I certainly disagreed with him on pretty much everything, but the man was incredibly smart, had a very wicked sense of humor, and knew his shit cold.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, just
doubt.
Cold.
But there were people literally celebrating on Twitter. And I was like, that's
nasty.
What you reduced to because of politics?
Well,
it's not like he was fucking Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, but his decisions actually made a difference in people's lives directly. And that's why people feel more, I think people tend to feel more connected to rulings that affect their lives than they do to laws that are at question. Does that make sense? People know that a law can be passed and it may not directly affect their lives until the Supreme Court says it will. And that's where people draw that personal
I disagree with
attachment.
This president vehemently, but if he dropped dead, I would not be dancing on his
that's
grave.
True too. That is true too. And I didn't when it came to I think I was shocked more than anything when it came to Scalia's death.
Did they say, was it a heart attack?
We don't know yet.
I don't think anything has been...
By the way, Terry, you got to talk about the conspiracy theories that you saw, within a minute after.
Which we are still still roaring about, except for the fact that
the Bush family had him killed.
Yes, and what was that? I was talking with somebody on Twitter, and they said, well, the conspiracy theories. I said, hey, face it, anybody who's read the Pelican Brief is already their antenna are already up.
I don't understand why they would say the Bush family had him killed.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's so funny. It's so well because it was in Texas, and it was in the middle of...
Wouldn't it make more sense if you're going to be a conspiracy theorist? Wouldn't it make more sense to say either Hillary or Sanders or Obama had him killed?
No, because this is the conspiracy theorists are coming out of that extreme...
So that Obama can put somebody on and give an issue to the Democrats.
They're coming out of that extreme right wing, that Reddit section, that extreme right wing thing, which is... You read it. Read the Reddit. It's hilarious. Yes, you and I would think on that level, if you're going to be a conspiracy theorist, that it would be the Democrats who would try to be the ones who want to sway the court. However, if you're in this particular case, it is not. It's this that kind of the same Bundy kind of type of people who are coming out of the woodwork who do not like the Bushes. I swear it's the craziest things. Now, there are a lot of people who are wondering why it took so long to announce, because he passed away in the morning, right? They found his body in the morning, and they didn't announce it or didn't get people out there and confirm his death until 6 hours later. People, you have to understand, Marfa, Texas is in the middle of...
Yeah, that's very Kennedy-esque, isn't it?
Fucking nowhere.
It's not leaving your car underwater and walking...
This is not what. Why do you keep deflecting? I'm talking about the people in Texas did not ignore. It's like, why didn't they move his body right away? I said because they had to fucking investigate his death.
It's not like Ted Kennedy who left a woman to die to save his own ass.
Why is this an issue? I'm not bringing up Kennedy.
Stop it. Conspiracy. Wise.
This isn't a conspiracy. Yeah, no. There were people who were like, why did it take so long to move his body? And I think a lot of these people were asking on that respect kind of a level. It's like, oh my God, they just let the body hang there for 6 hours. I'm like, if you ever done a murder investigation?
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. And it also took probably because you're dealing with, there's no way the sheriffs of, what's the name of the county down there where Marfa is? It's
Maricopa? Oh, sorry, wrong county.
It is. Marfa is the city. Marfa is a town of like 2,000 people. The resort where he was staying at, it was like an hour south of that.
I blame Texas Truckee Girl.
It is right on the corner. It is right on the edge of the Mexican border in the national forest down there. Let's put it this way. It's not easy to get to, folks. You have to fly into either San Antonio or El Paso, and it's like 250 miles from San Antonio, and it's 150 miles from El Paso. Or you can fly into Mexico, which I doubt anybody does. So he flew in. Here's the thing. This is not a murder investigation, but a death investigation that has to be undertaken by the FBI. That's all there is to it. It involves it involves a Supreme Court justice. So there's no way the local sheriff is going to have jurisdiction over that at all. They're going to tender it off to the pros, and it took hours for the pros to get there.
This ain't the old guy from Misery, you know?
Exactly. It's true.
They had to call in the pros from Dover.
Yeah, they're going to call
literally the pros from Dover.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not going to a local sheriff is never going to place themselves and the investigation at risk by interfering. So
they're handling crowd control.
Their job was to preserve the scene until somebody else could get there and find out what was going on. So there we go. That's why it took so damn long. It wasn't because they were being disrespectful to his body, okay? They were being absolutely respectful to his body and to the investigation and to the American people by making sure that everything was investigated thoroughly. Then they made the announcement. I think it was professionally handled.
Yes.
Absolutely professionally handled and very, very well done. Although I have to say, good on you, little local San Antonio paper for getting the exclusive, for getting the word out before the big boys.
There's a hell of a scoop right there.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
You all right? And somebody just killed her.
Oops.
The Redditors got to her.
Oh, wow.
You breathe your coffee.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, those conspiracy things. Next thing you know, they're going to say that it was done to hold up the lawsuit that's going on. Wow.
You're still making your joke.
Oh my God. Okay, that was funny.
Haters.
All right. We really, you guys, we have so much fucking news this week. It's pathetic. And we really do want to talk about a lot of it. And here's the thing. Right off the bat, I'm just going to say there's no news on the Axonar front because they have to file their lawsuit and their response to the lawsuit, which isn't until next week. So chances are we're not going to hear anything about what's going on with Axonar until then. And I'm way okay with that.
Yeah, we'll keep you informed, but right now it's very quiet.
Exactly. But the thing is now we're starting to get a lot of the news that is we expected this year because of the 50th anniversary of the original series.
I need more Star Trek stuff. Product news.
And in that vein, Sori just put into the chat room a wonderful link that covers a lot.
He probably thinks this
I'm
is
going to
about
open
you.
one in a minute. Stop.
And there is a huge list. CBS Consumer Products was working with licensing.biz. It's a pretty much the news industry for the licensing for IPs, that not just for CBS but for everybody. They cover everybody in the licensing business, and has made announcements with regards to a shitload of new licensed products for Star Trek. So yay!
The Lego stuff was yeah, that's right.
What's so funny is that it's the third comment in this section. Where are my Star Trek Legos? You know what? They came close. We do have the new building blocks. Mega Blocks? Is that
Mega Blocks?
Mega
That's
Blocks
a beautiful ship, though.
Say what?
It's a beautiful ship, though, that Mega Blocks created.
Yeah. So I know it's going to be hard for Mike to kind of hunt and peck with a lot of these links, but holy crap. So we're going to start at the top. He already put the post for the licensing biz article about all of the new products that are coming out. And now we have what's so funny is that the next one is about the action figures that have come out from, is it Mezco? What is it? Are these 6-inch figures or 12-inch figures? They're saying 6-inch? They are.
So it looks like they might have two different versions, because it was the 12, unless it's the 1/12
scale. Okay. These are the action figures we've been kind of talking about the past couple of weeks. These are beautiful, folks. These have beautiful stitched fabric uniforms. The hands and the heads are swappable, meaning you can make their hands into different shapes, and there are two different heads with different facial expressions on either, and they are remarkably lifelike. I mean, they're really beautiful. So check those out.
Well, on one of them, there's something I want to draw attention to real quick.
Please do.
If you on the
Mashable,
on the Captain Kirk one, if you scroll down, that you get to see what really appears to be a scale-sized bridge for your Mezco action figures. There's a rumor floating around that might actually be something that you can purchase in the future for your Mezcos. I'm hoping it's true, but there's a rumor.
Really, Mike? Are you going to sit at home and play with that, Mike?
Yes,
of course. And my niece and nephew will join me. Except I'll be Captain Kirk.
And they're going to join you, and you're going to be like, "No, don't touch it! What are you doing? Oh my God, you got fingerprints all over it! Stop it! What are you doing?"
That's why you get three.
You keep one
copies.
In a box.
One in a box, one in storage, and one to play with.
It's true. Don't play with my toys.
Hi, Janet. How are you?
She went to the...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I believe the next one... I'm going to go in order, Mike, just because there's so much crap.
Thank you. That makes my life easier.
We already talked about the Mezco's Captain Kirk feature. Nick, have you seen Eagle Moss's new Romulan shuttle?
I did.
It's beautiful. Where'd it go? It's not there. Did I click the wrong one? I must have clicked the wrong one.
Oh, I provided the wrong link. One second.
Okay. While he finds that link, there's also a new Diamond Select, I believe. A new Diamond Select Romulan.
Original Bird of Prey.
I know. Isn't it pretty? So, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff.
There's the link.
Oh, yeah. Great. Thank you.
Or as I like to call it, the... oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's the... that's cool.
I just had a brownout. What is it? Oh, my God.
Oh, Oh, see, and there was a rumor that they had created a dedication plaque for the original, for the 1701, and sure enough, there it is. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like the ISS Enterprise there.
The ISS Enterprise is cool. I'm Eagle Moss I'm still loving everything I get from them.
Oh my God, I can't think of his name.
There's also an image of the new ship that was revealed recently of the USS Franklin from Star Trek Beyond.
Yes.
So apparently that's going to be a thing in the Eagle Moss collection sooner than later as well.
Very cool. It's a funky looking ship. I'll say that. I don't hate it.
It kind of reminds me of a horseshoe crab, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And it to be honest with you, I like the fact that, for having no secondary hull kind of thing, it's kind of cool looking. I like it. I really love the Eagle Moss's Zindi aquatic cruiser, though. It's beautiful.
Vreenak.
Oh,
I could not remember Vreenak's name.
It's a fake.
It really is quite a good replica.
What are you talking about?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's really pretty. All right. So what's next? Again, just more and more stuff, you guys. This is so crazy.
Well, the next item isn't exactly...
It's more of an article.
It's an article, but it's an important one that I'm hoping that people are paying attention to because... especially for the new show and the new merchandising that's going to be coming out. I hope they keep this in mind. But women action figures. Don't leave the women out.
I think Adrian should have been higher than 9, but that's just me.
What I think is funny is that I think a few of these characters do have their own action figures. I know Lal does. I know that Gillian Taylor does. I'm not sure about Brahms. I haven't seen a Carol Marcus.
I think the female changeling does.
I know she does. I'm not sure about Shelby.
I'm almost sure I've seen a Shelby one.
And there's definitely a Kai Wynn. I know I've seen them. So
yeah, but they might have been produced limitedly. Yeah. So, yeah. Which
but you're right. Whatever happens in the new show and in the movies. Although I am excited to see that Mezco is doing the figure of Uhura.
Oh, they are. Oh, yeah. I didn't see them in the marketing material with the bridge. They haven't
really marketed it yet because it hasn't come out. But they are talking about how I think their intention is to do the entire crew.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it really will be. All right. The next one is the latest jewelry and accessories. As you put it. Thank you, by the way, to our friends over at the Trek Collective for kind of gathering a bunch of this stuff together for us. It makes it a lot easier for us to just refer people to your site. Although you can always go to StarTrek.com and click on not just news, but products. This is...
I think they attended the toy fair is why they have a lot of this information.
There's a lot of stuff coming out. But Quantum Mechanics QM is coming out with the Trek Friendship Necklace set. These are like the split hearts kind of thing that people wear.
It's a split comm badge.
It's a split comm badge, and it's a delta of the Star Trek Delta. And on one side it says, well, if you put them together, it says, "I have been and always shall be your friend."
Aww.
If you split them apart, then you can only put. It's very cute. There's also a charm that you can get. It's what they call a charm, a silver bead. It's not like the Pandora charms for your bracelets. It's available from Think Geek, and it says LL. There's LLAP with a little Vulcan salute on it, and it looks like a little kind of a children's block thing. It's really cute, very simple. There's also a Star Trek.
The Star Trek bow tie, because bow ties are cool.
Bow ties are cool.
No, bow ties are not cool.
For a tuxedo, it'd be really cute. I would get one of those for Alan to wear on a cruise or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's see. Rash guards. So are these for this is the one we talked about last week though, because the gi is part of this. There's a Star Trek TOS rash guards now. And are these for bicycling? What are are these just running, or are these just for exercise?
It's athletic wear.
Okay.
It's for everything.
It's compression gear. Okay. And then there's also a Star Trek themed gi for those who are in the martial arts. It's kind of cool. I think that's kind of fun. Seriously, there's so much shit. There's so much stuff. Oh, Mike, you want? Yes. Oh, the Wrath of Khan.
No, well, I don't have. Let's see. I don't have that one. I think that one was just a photo. Let me. What I just put into the chat room was
thank you.
The DNA, DST, which is the Diamond Select. They've got a new version of the Enterprise NX, as well as a Deanna Troi in mini dress. So, so that's coming out from...
It's called a scant, Mike.
It is called a scant.
It is called a scant, yes, but they're referring to it as a mini dress in the article.
Well, they're wrong, and you need to correct them. It's canon. It's called a scant.
I agree.
Harlan Ellison disapproves.
Get off my lawn.
I do not have the link to the con. But
that's okay because it's sold out. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. It's the double LP of it. Yeah, no, that's sold out.
I thought Diamond Select is also releasing a con action figure. Oh. But that's the link that I thought you were referring to.
Oh, no, I was talking about the music one. Yeah, no.
Okay, so yeah, but that one has finally gone on sale. The Mundo LP, it finally went on sale, but apparently it's already sold out.
It's already sold out, yeah.
So, yeah, cool.
Now, I know that we got this from Dayton's Facebook page, but they did announce it on StarTrek.com. Hallmarks has this, where Disney has the Tsum Tsum. Have you seen these, the little stacking toys? Hallmark has their own kind of idea of their own little their own little items that they make for other license holders like Disney and other things. You can buy it at Hallmark. They're called itty bitties. These are these adorable little beanbag figures. So they're made out of fabric. I have a couple of them at work, and the base of them are these bean bags. They're made out of, just the little bean bags. So they can sit almost anywhere. And they're like Weebles. Do you remember Weebles?
They wobble, but they don't fall down.
Yeah. They're kind of like soft beanbaggy Weebles. And they're so cute.
So they're like testicles.
Ew. If they had a condition, yes.
Don't judge.
So yes, but they're so cute, and they came out with a Star Trek set, and it's got McCoy. I'm just so happy that they included an Uhura. I'm so excited.
Yes, the image is in the chat room.
So they have a Kirk, a McCoy, a Spock, and an Uhura in the set, and it's adorable, and they're so cute. They're terminally cute. These are terminally cute. They're so sweet. So I'm excited about
Except for
those.
Spock's angry. Everybody has a smile and Spock's angry.
Well, he's not angry. He's just serious.
No, he's
right?
angry. Look at
He's serious. He even has a little smile. How cute.
No, he doesn't have a smile.
Well, no, he doesn't. He's just got a little serious face. He's logical. All right, a new board game has come out. Again, Star Trek Panic. It's USAopoly has created Star Trek Panic. I have no idea what this game is about. None.
I've never played Panic myself, but it's I think it's a Star Trek variant of Panic.
You think?
Yeah, I think. I think it's kind of. I think there's a little Enterprise in the center of the board, and I think it like makes sounds and stuff. I don't know.
We don't really. It's a good light strategy game introduces never seen before Panic game mechanics, including mission cards which feature unique challenges based on the original Star Trek series, as well as character cards, so players can assume the roles of Star Trek icons like Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock. Star Trek Panic comes complete with a maneuverable USS Enterprise model ship, shields, damage, and destroyed indicators, mission cards, character cards, Enterprise cards, and more. And then the second game is one that I've actually seen before because we were able to give it out as a prize for our 24 hours of G&T, which was
Did
Star
they
Trek
really
Road Trip.
say set your phasers to fun?
Yeah. I know.
Gotta love marketing material.
I know. But the Star Trek Road Trip board game is something that we, again, gave away. We got to give away as a gift, thanks to CBS Consumer Products, for the 24 Hours of G&T show that we did last October. So that is now out. So
Set
Star
your
Trek
phasers to giggles, everybody!
Set your phasers to fun and journey to the farthest reaches of space in this epic board game. Okay, so there's that.
By the way, do we want to tell the audience what we've already started planning for October?
We've already started planning.
Speaking of news,
okay,
our second annual G&T 24-hour marathon.
Yes,
with Tara.
I've got to do that all over again
with all the Gabors.
With all the Gabors,
every single one.
Oh wow!
Night of 1,000 Gabors. And with the stars, Art Carney.
Red buttons.
Charlie
Judy
Weaver.
Tenuta.
Judy Tenuta.
Good pull. Emo Philip. Oh, well, we might be able to get emo again. We had emo last year.
We did have emo last year. So,
Scott Baio.
Some of these people, hilarious. Do we have to have like a seance in order to reach them? Am I going to have to like, I don't know.
It's a very spiritual time of year.
Exactly. Halloween weekend.
But we've already started to set your shields to Yarnell.
Oh, well played.
Ooh.
I got to give Alan credit because he said shields and Yarnell in the chat room. So.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he said, can you get shields and Yarnell too? But when I looked, my first thought was set your shields to Yarnell.
Well,
but we've already started planning.
We have already. Well, we have to because it's 24 hours of crazy.
You know, Son is like, what days? Tell me.
It'll be that Saturday before Halloween.
Yes. We will not be doing it over the 25-hour period.
No.
Well,
we might.
Because that extra app.
Oh, no, it's the weekend after. Yeah, that's the craziness. No, we're not doing that.
Which means we'll have an extra hour. I don't even know.
No, oh
you're crazy. I'm so tired. My headache is coming back. Seriously. And like I can barely keep my eyes open because it hurts to have them open. So I'm trying to do the show and like look at the links and then cover my eyes back up because it hurts.
Oh. Well, there's additional games that have still come out. There's Star Trek The 5-Year Mission, a cooperative game for 3 to 7 crewmates. It was created by David Witcher, and so that's coming out from Mayfair Games, who brought out the Star Trek version of Catan. There's a beautiful new jigsaw puzzle. This is
that chess. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. That jigsaw puzzle is cool.
The jigsaw puzzle is very cool. For anybody who ever saw the Juan Ortiz posters that he did of all of the Star Trek episodes of the original series, there is now a beautiful jigsaw puzzle, 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle of his work kind of overlaid on top of each other. It's really
it's like someone scattered a bunch of them on a tabletop and just said, "Oh, picture."
It's really cool. So there's that.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, we talked about the foam batleth a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
And it's still very cool because it looks real.
I put in the link another game, the Franklin Mint.
Oh, good. Is that the 3-dimensional chess set?
Yes, it is.
That is beautiful.
Isn't it? It's really, really pretty.
And Franklin Mint, they usually go like over the top with some of their Trek stuff. Design. I've noticed, but this is really nice.
And here's the thing, you guys. This is a re-release. They did this once before.
Yeah.
So they're re-releasing the tri-dimensional chess set for the 50th anniversary, and I think it's smart.
One of the really cool things at the convention last year was at Quark's when you went, if you came in the entrance area and went to the right where they had like the beanbags and the triple toss across, they had the tri-dimensional chess and people were playing.
Right on.
That's cool. I mean, it's a beautiful set. Yeah, it looks very, very nice. So is that what we got through this week for products?
There's one more.
Okay.
The link's in the chat room. I am so excited about this one.
Oh my God, the big one. Yeah, we talked about how it was a possibility, but it's out. It's coming. We are going to
get a Defiant, but hey, this is cool.
Right. So go ahead, Mike.
All right, go ahead, Mike. And then I got to call foul on something, but go ahead.
You don't need any Starfleet training to fly this Star Trek USS Enterprise.
Oh, God, send your phasers to fun.
So yeah, it's the saucer sections where all the fans are located, and then and it's got the whole engineering section and nacelles like sticking off the back of it. So it's remote controlled. It's got something that looks similar to like an Xbox One controller. But yeah, it's a drone, people.
Yeah, it's a.
Mike, if I didn't have a headache, I would so do the pitch for it.
Yeah.
Well, don't hurt yourself.
No,
but it is the refit. It is the refit. It's the 1701A. As opposed to the original.
It is.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm okay with that. I'm
okay with that. I think it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I still wish. Hopefully, in the next one that they release will be the Defiant, because that would totally rock in as a drone.
Or a Romulan bird of prey.
This one I'm kind of concerned that it might be a little back heavy.
I was thinking that too, Mike,
because of the the engineering section and the nacelles. But I think once you get used to it, it'll be fine. But that's my concern, is it might be a little back heavy.
You just got to know how to handle it.
And it's it'll be available later this year for around $120.
That's not too bad.
Birthday present. That's all I'm saying. Birthday present.
That's really not too bad. It's really cool. We were hoping that we would see a drone Enterprise, and I'm glad that they did come out with one. I think it's beautiful. To touch real briefly, we're going to move on to gaming news.
We're not talking about any Axonar stuff that's on sale?
You can only talk about coffee so many times.
As Terry walks over that one like a bag full of dog shit.
Mike, there's more than that. They've got the die-cast ships and everything.
Crickets.
Haters.
News it is.
Haters.
Gaming news it is.
I want to play a Star Trek game. Gaming news.
Star Trek timelines. We talked briefly before the show started about timelines, and is there another iOS? No, that's not another iOS update. It's the original.
We talked about it on.
Yeah, that's the one that came out earlier
at the beginning of the month.
Week.
Yeah. Still getting infrequent or less frequent crashes on my iOS device, but it's been
Terry,
fun. Nick, you started
sorry
playing.
to hear about that.
Yes, I did. And I have a question for you about Stowe, Terry. Please share with us your thoughts on the lovely young gentleman who's launching iOS attacks.
You mean never win or pud puller twat? That's right. Well, I said never winner pud puller twat. That's his new name as far as I'm concerned.
Well, before we get to Stowe News, I have one more piece of timelines and information that I'd like to. Okay, I just shared the link for the Disruptor stream. This is what they're talking in this episode of Disruptor stream timelines. They discuss the upcoming patch. This is the one that should be out probably sometime next week, I'm hoping, but it might be next week or two. And they're making some big changes. Changes to ship battles. They've added more color so you can know what department your crewmen are using. So when you're choosing crewmen for away teams or for space battles, you know that this guy's going to do engineering.
Okay, so your crew, when you crew the ship, because you usually get 3 or 4 slots for the ship that you're flying, that is one thing that will be nice to know. Is I'm putting the right person in the right position.
Yeah, so it's all going to be color coded. yellow, red, and blue. The cooldown effects have changed. What's not this I love. They've added crew sorting for away missions. So you can sort and filter by skill, by command, science, whatever the case may be. Also, and I believe this is already active on the iOS, but for Android it's not. Auto reslotting of crew for away missions is coming to Android.
That is on my. I do already have that.
Okay, that's something that
so if you want to replay the same away mission, you just hit replay. It automatically uses the same crew that you've already chosen.
Does that also keep the difficulty selected?
Yes.
Oh, right on.
And let me just say this, Disruptor Beam: if you nerf anything, don't you touch Seska. That chick rules. I use her like on every mission.
You know what's funny is I've been using Feasel.
She's also a good one.
You know who I got? Simon Tarsus.
I have Tarsus. He's still.
I had him in beta.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, Feasel, that's the augment.
No, that's Flox's wife.
Oh no, I got the hot augment chick.
Oh yeah, no Feasel. Oh yeah, Feasel Flox.
Feasel Flox.
Feasel Flox. She's fucking awesome. I love her. She does a lot.
I also have Start Voyage Home Spock.
Oh yeah.
With robe action? Is that
with robe action? Yes, and headband.
He's ready for the bathtub.
Put him in any crazy bendable pose. It's Kiss.
Oh yeah, I've been. To be honest with you, I have been having a lot of fun with timelines. It's been fun. It's a great mobile game. Let's just put it that way.
So much fun.
For being like I said, it's something that I can bring with me on my iPad, and if sports are playing or something like that, I can play it while I'm watching TV. And so it's a great kind of a passive game to play for me.
Oh my god!
Some more of the additions coming with the next patch. They've rearranged the HUD, or they made some changes to the HUD. Chronotons will now be displayed as a default instead of the marks.
Oh, good.
Because the marks will only appear when you go into one of the faction stores, which makes sense.
Yep.
Let's see. The highest level crewman in the entire game is a level 90, which is mind-boggling. But it's a Khan Uhura, which I thought was the Wrath of Khan Uhura, which I thought was very cool. But one of the things that I'm looking forward to is the ship upgrades. You're going to be able to upgrade your ship stats, just like you can upgrade your crewmen.
Out of curiosity, what ship do you fly?
I fly the bulldozer, the Borg scout ship. It's a freaking bulldozer.
I have the Enterprise D.
I don't even know how to change my ship. I'm still using the Stargazer there.
You'll learn real quick because you just started to play.
Yeah,
but I'm level 11 now.
Yeah, but you every time you get
I'm level 9.
You get these little
schematics.
Okay. And once you reach a certain number of them, like 450 for whatever, you can just click on it and it'll actually build the ship for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're easy. It took me a few days to.
I'm a little scared by something. Sunseo says Neverwinter Twat is just the natural progression of the salt and flames that the Neverwinter forums has over the crap Cryptic is pulling there. And my god, the hate over on Neverwinter forums is 5,000% times worse than on the Stowe forums.
It is very true.
Good lord.
It's really
that
bad.
It's a game.
I know.
You should all be this fired up about politics.
Seriously.
Totally.
Seriously. No, seriously.
Look at your paycheck. Look at what they take out. Transfer your Neverwinter hate to that. Unless, of course, you're being the stereotypical sitting in mom's basement raging, and then all I can say is, pass the Funyuns, dude.
Pass the Funyuns. Hobbits love Funyuns. Okay,
Well, like I said, I really am. We are having a lot of fun in timelines.
Yep.
So check it out if you have not. It's available for Android and for iOS. I'm hoping to see a browser version as well as a Windows phone, either app or a Windows app or a Windows phone version in the future, but no mention of
mention of it now.
Yeah.
So let's move on to Star Trek Online. So Nick, we were talking about Neverwinter, Pud, Pull, or Twat.
Yes.
And this week I have to say I reached my own patience limit with it because I was actually in game.
How can they not do anything legally? That's what I don't understand.
I have a feeling it's because he's not in the U.S.
Yeah, they got to find him first, and if he happens to be
it's my understanding they found him. It's my understanding they sent to C&D, but I'm just not sure how.
And it did nothing?
Well,
shocker,
isn't it? But again, he's also, it's my understanding he is not in the United States. So what international law applies
well, it's easy.
here?
Shut off the internet from that country and see how he reacts then.
See how the rest of and along with all of your paying customers from that area.
Yeah. You know what? It's just like that one kid in class that ruins it for everybody.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who may not know what we are talking about, which is very possible if you don't play Star Trek Online.
Did Mike just say nuke them?
Nuke him from orbit.
Nuke him from orbit.
Well, that's just a little extreme, Klingon. Well, not for a Klingon.
It's the Klingon response. Nuke him from orbit. It'd be a pinpoint accurate strike. Yeah, that's what I want.
So, again, for those who may not understand what we're talking about, Star Trek Online is a game that is put out by Cryptic Studios. Cryptic Studios puts out more than one game. One of those games is Neverwinter. It's a Dungeons and Dragons game. Neverwinter is, along with every other Cryptic game, including Champions Online, they're all kind of on the same server. So we're dealing with this hacker brat who gets upset with Neverwinter, and allegedly when other people in Neverwinter refuse to help him level up, he throws
Are you kidding me? That's what this is about?
It's partially about that. It's also partially about his hissy fits about the in-game economy. They put into the game something that a lot of people didn't like. He was one of them. And then he gets set off when there's another rude player or somebody doesn't want to help him level up. He throws a hissy fit and does what we're assuming is a DDoS attack, although I'm not exactly sure that's what it is if it isn't a pure hack. There is rumors that somehow he placed a virus into the cryptic servers and that he can just pull the trigger anytime he wants to.
Hey, twat boy.
So we get kicked out of the game that we're all playing when he throws a little hissy fit. And he has a little Twitter account that he warns people by like 30 seconds and just says, okay, well, it's going to happen. And then he throws his little switch and we all get kicked out of our games, not just Neverwinter. And I'm sorry, but I've reached my patience level with him, and part of me wants to turn around and look back at Cryptic and going, what are you doing to fix this? I'm sorry.
Hey, twat boy.
Yeah, twat boy is the real cause, but god damn it.
Why are you still playing? Find another game.
Because he doesn't want to.
Get over your fucking self, you little...
See, but he thrives off of that. He thrives off of your attitude. This is what he, quite frankly, I really do believe he masturbates to. Your frustration. He gets off on it.
No, I'm not frustrated. I'm confused as to why somebody would let a game rule their life so much. Get laid. I'm sure whatever country you're in, you have whores.
But he finds
Go find one and get laid.
He's finding your hate rage.
No, I'm not hate raging. It's confusion.
It may not be just yours. So every time somebody sends him a hate tweet, he retweets it with this giddiness, right? I really do believe that he has some kind of a sexual deviant connection to it. I do. I think he's...
Go find yourself a hooker with whatever fetish you're into and do that. You want to watch the male, female, whatever, bouncing on balloons? That's on you.
I kind of, I mean, this is a sad announcement, but I kind of, but I hope he's one of the Mac users.
Yeah, he's not.
That would be hilarious.
And it's sad. I know I just made a joke about it, but it's not funny. I do feel for all the Mac players out there. If you have not heard yet, Stowe will no longer be will no longer be updating their Mac client.
And that's for all. It's not just Star Trek Online. It's for everything. I mean, it's my understanding that that Cryptic is not going to be supporting Mac use at all. But they're not the only ones. It's
affecting a bunch of different games. Yeah, not just in Cryptic, but
correct
all over. It's apparently a third-party company that handles the Mac conversion or whatever is, from what I understand, they went out of business or something.
Yeah, they're just calling it quits. There's just not enough.
How does that happen?
Well, there's not enough Mac users. There's just not. And that's really what the issue is there's just not enough Mac players. People, when they play, they tend to play games on PCs. So it's just not cost effective. And that's really what it's about. So sorry to the Mac users. It's really kind of not surprising though. So
my condolences on your losses.
Exactly.
Now the cult of Mac users
get
to be like, you bastards.
You're still able to play the game, but you do have to go through the Windows emulation, whichever way you prefer to do that, if you do that.
Yeah, there's a couple ways of doing it. So.
Yeah.
Another announcement from Star Trek Online, and I have yet to pick up yet, is the new tier 6 flagships came out. So the beautiful kind of I don't want to say he shinied them up as much as he darkened them a little bit. Thomas.
Well, I think what he did was he added 10 pounds times 10,000. It's like they look bulkier. Some of the designs.
Yeah, there's a beef to them, a heft to them. Yeah. Beautiful new Odyssey class, new Bortoscu, and the Romulan
and the Romulan one.
The one just went right out of my head. Nick, what's the Romulan flagship? The what?
The links for them is there. Let's take a look.
Oh my God. The Scimitar.
Shamshir is the tier 6 version.
The tier 6 version of the Scimitar.
The Flambard, and the Kopesh, I think is that might have been a Klingon pronouncement on that Romulan word.
Yeah, probably. It's very, very pretty. They're all very, very beautiful. And it is nice to see that the tier 6 stuff came out. So each new ship comes out with its own specification. What do you call them? What do you think when you get tier 6? You get them all the way to the I just can't think today. I can't speak today. The consoles are directed
mastery.
Right.
Okay.
Right. When you get the mastery, you get a trait.
Trait.
Thank you. So, but now people will be able to fly. A lot of those ships are very, very popular in the game. I personally love the Odyssey class, so I'm glad to see that we're going to get a tier 6 from those, so I can put some of my characters back into the Odyssey, which is very nice. They do come in separate packs. So if you are a soul, all you do is play Klingon, you can buy the Klingon pack. If all you do is play Romulan, you can buy the Romulan pack. However, if you play,
or you can just buy them, I think, individually even as well.
You can.
If you only want one ship.
If you only want one ship, you can buy them individually. The faction, just if you want them all, and that's 9 ships, 3 for each faction. It is $100.
So there's a discount, and right now there's a sale going on.
But it doesn't include these ships.
Oh, true. But the sale does include ship slots. I'm not sure, but other ships and dry dock slots, which is kind of cool to have.
There is a ship sale going on now, 20% off a lot of the ships, and there's a dry dock slot. Yeah, so there is a sale going on. There's also a Zen sale. Yeah. So
One more related to the Tier 6 variants. Thomas the cat. He created a little. It's an in-universe magazine article. I think he did not do this for Stowe. He did it something that he created on his own. This is his own creation, but he created a little magazine article, kind of in universe, talking about these individual ships on at least for the Fed side, and where they came from, and how the design process came about for them. I thought it was a fun little read. The link is in our chat room, and it'll be in our show notes. Check it out. It's got some beautiful artwork in there. So thank you, Thomas, for taking the time to do this. Really well done.
I have to say the Yorktown in there is shiny. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at how pretty these are. The Endeavor class. That's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these are beautiful. Well done, Thomas. Beautiful, beautiful. And I believe that's our Miss Jan. Oh, that's Nick. He just went off. Okay. And so we talked about the flagships. We talked about the Interstellar. Shall we move on to real quick some movie news?
Sure. Let's do that.
Let's watch a Star Trek movie. Movie news.
All right. Star Trek Beyond spoilers. Leaked concept art unlocks part of Elba's plot against the Federation. Who leaked what, Mikey? Do we know?
I don't think we know who leaked what, but basically what was leaked was something that we talked about earlier, which was the new starship design for the Franklin, and we kind of know that the Enterprise gets destroyed. Apparently, it's going to happen in the early parts of the film.
Yeah,
and then. Excuse me, I'm being distracted by audio.
Yeah, I had to do mine too.
But the Franklin is also going to be involved, but apparently it happened long before, so it's kind of sort of establishing a history, and I think that's kind of the spoiler-ish leak. Is that there's a history of this happening with Elba's character in the film, where he is attacking or taking out Federation starships that enter the region that he's in. So I think that's the big spoiler, that they're, as well as the concept art. Two Nerds Talking is who's revealed the concept art of the new.
That's cool.
Franklin.
I'm okay with. To me, this isn't very spoilery. I think that most of us knew just from the original trailer that we saw that the Enterprise was going to take it up the rear. And
didn't they also do that in Search for Spock? Kind of reveal right up front that the Enterprise was going to get destroyed.
I think so. I do remember. It wasn't that big of a shock.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, everyone knew it was coming, and we didn't know how.
So now Supreme Legate is in our chat room saying my money is on when it gets blown up right before the title. So apparently we're taking bets on not if the Enterprise will get blown up, but when in the film it will be blown up. Will it go before the title or after?
Okay, so who's got the pool? Put me down for 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
I think while people are sitting down.
It happens in the previews.
Exactly, the popcorn previews. The part that says that you're not supposed to talk during the movie and turn off your cell phone. That part.
Yeah. The one thing that I'm okay with, it's going to sound very funny, is because in JJ verse, the Enterprise has never been a character. I'm not as attached to it. So it being blown up isn't as powerful as it was in Star Trek 3.
Kojiro Vance says the over and short is 5 minutes.
So I happen to think that Supreme Legate's probably right. I have a feeling that you're gonna lead in with your a big dramatic thing. The Enterprise will go away. I think what we're going to be looking at is kind of a I know this is just me from the trailer. I think our film is actually going to be about following the crew trying to survive on this planet alone without the support that they have from the rest of the team. So we're going to see everybody kind of broken off into either solos or very, very small teams. And how they get through it all and survive it should be quite interesting. So that's my take on what the new movie is going to be.
Yeah. Since y'all in the chat room made me laugh, so, and sorry about that. I wasn't laughing while you were speaking.
No.
Because of what you were saying.
I know.
But she says, I have a question. What does JJ need with a starship?
Well, it's not him. It's the Justin Lin, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, he's, Starfleet now has, transwarp beaming. So.
Yeah. Which I understand that, they'll retcon that. They have to retcon it. Otherwise, you can just beam anywhere you want to. Okay. So that's that. And you also put in there about Star Trek Beyond, about why it was an article in Monkeys Fighting Robots about why fans should be more optimistic. And what's this person's take, Mikey?
Well, I'll give it a quick rundown. The first major point that he makes is it's going back to basics, which is always a good thing. I mean, you don't want to stray too far because from what makes the core of your show or of the IP, because then you lose people, or you kind of. It becomes something other than what it's supposed to be. So the idea that that they're going back to basics is great, and yeah, it's a good point, and hopefully we'll see more of it. The second is it's more of an ensemble, so it's not just Kirk and then Uhura and Spock. Or Kirk pining over Uhura, who's dating Spock. So we're going to see more of Scotty and his little adventure. McCoy's probably going to have something to do.
Yeah.
So and who knows what Sulu's going to be up to, but I'm sure he'll have something to do as well. Hopefully. And then, of course, Simon Pegg, he wrote the thing, so that's going to be that's right off the bat. That's going to make it different. It's going to make it hopefully, if you didn't like the writing in the first two movies, this is something to be optimistic about. Excuse me.
Bless him.
First one is freaking Godfather compared to the second one.
So that was basically the gist of it, but I would throw in, Lynn as well as another option of why we have to be optimistic about it. Different vision for it is going to make a difference, I think. So, but yeah, I thought it was something worth talking about momentarily and briefly.
We also have an date.
Yeah, I was going to say, because we have so much news that came out. We touched on a lot of it. There is some, I was going to say, there is some
Stop touching
news.
Me, Terry.
I'm sorry. Just get out of the way.
Show us on the doll where Terry touched you.
Yeah, show us on the
right
doll.
Here, and right here, and then she tickled here.
Oh my.
Yes. A gentle tickling.
But I was going to say, there is some news from Dayton Ward.
Tell me a Star Trek story. Book news.
He did do a blog post update regarding all of the books that he's got coming up on so you can pre-order them.
Whore.
I know. He's so fucking busy.
He doesn't do this very often, and I figured, we might as well, because he does so much for us.
He's so good to us that I really want to say, you guys, please follow the link. We'll have it in the show notes. Read Dayton's WordPress post on the update to all of the writing that he's doing, because you have to remember,
and it's
Dayton
not just Trek.
Right, I was going to say, Dayton writes more than just Star Trek. So, and I don't want to say just Star Trek, but he writes more than Star Trek.
There's a Rush thing in there. There's a 24 thing in there. I mean, he's
following up on From History's Shadow, which is exciting.
Yes!
He's got the new Star Trek, A Travel Guide to Vulcan. He's got Trial by Fire. It's a 24 book from the series 24, and then he's part of the Rush project, the 2113, which is an anthology of short stories inspired by the music of Rush. It's crazy.
It 2112.
No, it says 2113.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
I'm thinking of something else.
Okay. And then Purgatory's Key, which is the final book in the Star Trek Legacies trilogy.
He's batting cleanup again on that.
Yeah. So big works coming out from Mr. Ward. And we do have an Ask Dayton.
We have an Ask Dayton.
Yay.
So thank you. And Nick, go for it.
Dear Dayton, I need your advice. Ask Dayton.
Ask Dayton number 115. Dear Dayton, there are a lot of different groups of fans stating, you are not a real Star Trek fan if you support this or you don't support that, fill in the blank. What are some of your thoughts on the use of this phrase as a means of dividing a community that should be emphasizing togetherness, mutual respect, and tolerance?
What some hippy-dippy shit is that?
Socialist.
Here's... communist. Here's Dayton's answer. Here's the short answer. Speaking as a guy with something like 45 years worth of hash marks so far as Star Trek fandom goes, people who say shit like this need to shut the fuck up. What, you want more? Okay, fine. Buckle up, and when the dust settles and you're nursing your bruises and your various bleeding orifices, just remember you asked for this. I actually yammered at length on this very topic a few weeks ago, so I'm not entirely certain that this question wasn't born from some twisted desire to have me revisit this issue with a lot more profanity than I did the first time around. For purposes of this exercise, I'm going with that explanation because fuck yeah. After having a few more weeks to ponder things, I've decided that yes, this whole notion of arguing about who's a real fan or a true fan, be it of Star Trek or anything else, is really just something that needs to fucking stop. People who engage in this bullshit for whatever reason, but most especially for those who do it because of some self-inflicted idea that they've been charged with protecting Star Trek from those who don't measure up as fans, or a fucking cancer on the ball sack of fandom. I remember a time when true Star Trek fans thought the idea of Star Trek without Kirk and Spock was blasphemy. What? A bald French guy in command of the Enterprise? And that annoying little shit from Stand By Me behind the wheel? Are you insane? Yeah. Yeah, I remember those days and all the variations that followed every time a new Star Trek series was spun up. There were always true fans, or real fans, who howled with nerd rage. Fandom has a habit of trying to shove everything into some sort of zero-sum game. It's either this way or that way, with no margin of error. You either like what I like, or you're somehow lesser than me. What the hell does that attitude come from? Is it some sort of half-assed attempt at vengeance for all the shit that you had to take in school? Now you're king of whatever hill you've managed to find and you're handing out membership bracelets? Pardon me while I puke in your pitcher of Kool-Aid. I'll never understand this need to divide fans of something, but particularly Star Trek, mostly because there's just so damn much of it. You think that anyone with a functioning brainstem would be able to see that there's room for everybody. Do you like all of the shows? Congratulations! You're a fan. Maybe you only like the original series, or Voyager is your particular kink. Guess what? You're a fan too. Did you not give a damn about Star Trek before the newer movies? But you dig those? Hey, what do you know? You're a fan. Maybe the newer films aren't your thing. Say it with me. Everybody ready?
You're a fan.
Perhaps you saw those flicks and then you dug deeper into the catalog, and now you see what all the fuss has been about all these years. Hallelujah! Fan, right there. Do you like the fan films? As the moniker would indicate, you're a damned fan too. Are you hardcore enough to read the books, or the comics, or play the games? Holy fuck beans, are you some kind of awesome fan? Thanks for supporting all that shit, because when you do, my kids get to eat. And here's the thing. I didn't make that judgment for you. People decide on their own if they're fans of something, and on what terms. No gatekeepers are required for this work. Really, no. Just put your fucking hand down. As I said on Facebook, this whole infinite diversity and infinite combinations, or IDIC thing, that Star Trek's supposed to be all about, it's not pronounced I-dick. Want to argue over who's a true fan or a real fan? Guess what? That's just being a dick, and we need fewer of those in fandom. Like what you like and let other people do the same. Why is this such a difficult concept for you to understand? It shouldn't be, and that didn't stop some people from taking issue with my original Facebook diatribe on the subject, who then proceed to miss the whole fucking point while simultaneously making it for me. Way to go, true fans. Star Trek is 50 years old this year, and we didn't get here because of some cabal, if you will, of some self-appointed guardians of the flame. We're here because for 5 decades, Star Trek has continued to attract new generations of fans who find something to appreciate and love about it. So, those of us who are already here, let's not be dicks. Let's all be fans. This shit is supposed to be fun after all, so stop harshing my Trekkie mellow, yo.
Awesome. Thank you, Dayton.
Right on. Thank you, Dayton.
Thanks, Dayton.
Unless, of course, you're not a fan of XR, then you're not a true fan of Star Trek. Just saying. Well, it's true. They said it. It has been decreed. People have been kicked off of that page for saying, I'm a fan of something else in Trek.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Mamas, feed your babies. Give them the drink. Just give them the Axa drink.
So, if you have a question for Dayton, please send it in to hosts@gntshow.com. Post it on our forums in the Ask Dayton section, or tweet it at us, Facebook at us, whatever, and we'll make sure he gets it, and we will set it off, and hopefully he'll respond. And
you're going to Axana. It's a better place. Just drink it, people. Just drink it. Hey, question. Have you all seen the clips of Horizon that are coming out that was only made for $55,000?
It's
beautiful. Really,
isn't it?
But I'll tell you how I know they're an amateur.
They're coming out at the end of this month, around the 28th, I think.
The 28th, yeah. But watching the latest clip, something jumped out at me that told me that it's a fan and not a professional production.
Oh?
Yeah, they have no carpeting.
Damn.
Oh, man. You can't be a professional production without carpeting.
That is, Horizon looks amazing. To think, this is not bagging on anybody else. This is
they have to match the drapes, right?
No, I'm just talking about Horizon on this.
Okay.
That he did that for $55,000 is pretty goddamn awesome. Because I'm looking at some of the special effects and all that in there.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Star Trek Horizon. You've got my curiosity piqued.
I'll probably try to reach out to him.
The science officer needs a shave, but just
I'll try to reach out to him for an interview once it comes out.
Yeah.
Maybe? Okay.
Sweet.
Tommy Crafter, I'm coming for you.
All right. We have 50 for 50.
All right.
What's your favorite episode? GNT shows 50 for 50.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Dayton got me so worked up. Dayton.
I know.
I said Dayton. I said Dayton Dot. Dayton got me all worked up. I'll hear about that.
That's a Star Wars name, isn't it?
Dayton Dot. Yes, he was one of the X-wing fighter pilots.
Okay, it's Tribbles, right? But it's not Trouble with Tribbles. It's
TOS, the Trouble Tribbles.
Yeah.
And what was our other one?
Improbable Cause, DS9.
Oh, thank you. I have the list for next week in front of me.
It's the professionalism we admire.
I know.
Star Trek Horizon, you're a true fan. That's what Supreme Like It just said. Yeah, Horizon's a real fan. If you don't like Horizon, you're not a real fan.
Oh my.
Yeah, you know what term we haven't used in a couple years?
I dick.
Twat waffle?
A cunt punch?
Oh, punch. Nice.
So, yeah, there you go.
Dayton just cunt punched all the real fans.
Now, which one was higher? Mr. Kojiro, which one was higher on our...
Which should we be discussing first? What number is it?
I should say lower in number, higher in...
Ranking? No,
lower in ranking, higher in number.
Higher in number.
First on the list.
I think that's Improbable Cause, but I will defer to our expert, the man with the numbers.
Which means he's probably scrambling.
He's now
really
throwing
bad.
papers everywhere, pulling sheets off of his dot matrix printer.
Is he wearing his green visor?
He's What? His green visor? Oh,
is he wearing his green visor?
Yeah,
Improbable cause. And what number is that?
Cause.
That would have to be number 32.
I'm picturing Kojiro right now, like Kevin Costner in No Way Out, standing by that printer as it's just printing out everything off of the State Department.
What was that? He's here yelling at me.
I know. I heard him down the hall. And
oh my God!
Couldn't hear what he said,
I think it's number 32. He's laughing.
Was it the No Way Out reference?
Hold on.
You gotta remember, I'm 30 seconds delayed in the other studio.
Yeah.
I'm hearing excuses.
I can't answer your questions this fast.
I'm hearing excuses. We don't want excuses. We want facts.
The improbable cause.
You know what? We're gonna have to dump him from our fan page.
Like the list I gave you last week.
That's it. Ban him. Ban Hammer.
Had it all mapped out for you. Yeah.
He's done. He's done.
I'm going back to the other studio.
He's not a true fan.
Come on, Chloe.
Oh, poor Chloe. Don't involve.
Oh, Chloe is torn between.
Oh God, that was hilarious.
No, she's not. She follows Alan like a
She follows
on
Alan.
an ass.
Casey's here by my feet.
Yeah,
right now.
You don't even know, Janet. They're like bunions for them.
Chloe is inseparable with Alan.
Wow,
it's very funny. Okay, so close that. There we go.
Fucking hater. Son.
Okay, it starts with Improbable Cause, which was number 32 on our list.
It's a rough episode. That's fucking Garrick-tastic.
It is Garrick-tastic. Okay, this is, it says part 1 of 2. Is it really?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's not like part 1, part 2 is spelled out, but yeah, it is the first. It sets up events that happen in the next episode,
which has a different name.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, okay.
It's these mini arcs, you know. It's
right.
Like one episode builds on what came before it,
which is when DS9 really started to hit its stride, not unlike Enterprise did when it started doing more in-depth arcs. So this is season 3, episode 20 for DS9. It first aired on April 24th, 1995.
And Garrick blows up his shop.
Yeah. And all of a sudden we realize he isn't just a simple tailor.
Yeah.
Okay, don't believe the hype. Okay, he is just a plain simple tailor.
He's so much more than a simple tailor.
In this, I think it's like really the first time that we see that he's playing a game of chess, and he's already like 5 moves ahead of everybody else.
And always has been.
I mean, he blew up. The reason why he blew up his shop was so he can get Odo in the shuttle with him, which happened like 30 minutes later in the episode, just so he can go and track down Navran Tain with the hopes of protecting him, because he already knew that all of his companions or cohorts from the Obsidian Order were being murdered on the same day. And it's like it's just like he's so brilliant and he's like the perfect tactician, you know. He's already way ahead of everyone else.
And as you're saying this, I can't help but think that the writers just had a little bit of giggles by naming him Tain, because it's so close.
We're like 12.
I know.
We're like
this show will never change in that regard.
And
of course,
if you say it sounds like Taint.
It sounds like Taint.
Taint ain't fooling. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm trying to have a...
I'm sorry.
They named him. I didn't.
True. But I think even the big reveal at the end of the episode, I think even Garrick, although he kind of plays it off as being surprised, I have a feeling that even that he kind of knew was coming.
I always took it that one really did surprise him.
Really?
Yeah.
What did?
The big reveal at the end that the Romulans and the the Tal Shiar and the Obsidian Order
were going to destroy the Founders.
Yeah.
Oh,
see, I always thought that really did shock him because, frankly, I think Garrick didn't think anybody had the balls to do it.
There was an episode with Thomas Riker. I'm not sure if this. I think this came before, where he, I think, steals the Defiant and goes and tracks down the shipyard.
And what he does is he exposes the Obsidian Order.
Yeah, I think that was that came before this episode, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I think it's maybe Garrick did know, but I don't think he knew that the Tal Shiar were involved. I think he did know that the Obsidian Order was planning something against the Dominion, but I think the Tal Shiar is what kind of threw him for a loop. That's my opinion.
It threw us for a loop, I can tell you that.
Well, it definitely did us, yes.
It was awesome.
It was a great episode, and it just keeps you kind of guessing because there was the one alien with the perfume bottles, and it's like, that one's spicy. You wouldn't like it if you mixed it with the others. Trust me. No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. Sunsail puts in the chat room, improbable cause. Garrick gets to be a Cardassian again, and it kills Odo.
Mm.
You know, it's interesting, but it's
the torture is in the next episode, though.
But you also, but in this arc, you also see that Garrick actually cares about Odo
very much.
Yeah,
and that's part of the reason why Garrick ends up being my favorite DS9 character is because he's so true to himself throughout the entire series. He never wavers in being himself. Which sounds funny because he's so, you think he's being so surreptitious, but he's really not. At the end of the episode, at the end of the series, I turned around, I think I looked at Alan and I said, oh my God, Garrick was the most honest character in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He never lied.
He never lied.
All of the lies were true.
That's right. So you have to watch out for the lies.
Why he's a perfect spy?
Thank you.
Because everybody thinks he's lying about everything. And they're looking in 100 directions, and he's doing exactly what he said he would do.
Right. Yeah. He's a straightforward person.
And what I could tell her.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
The one thing that I did like was his conversation with Bashir. Bashir tells him, you know, the fable of the boy who cried wolf, and of course Garrick, you know, or Bashir says that the point is if you keep lying, people are not going to believe you, and Garrick says no. The true moral of the story is you don't tell the same lie twice.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I mean, he just sees it, you know, to things just differently than what we expect, but it's true to the core, you know. I mean, he just sees right past all the bullshit.
Well, and as we've talked about in the show, Garrick is my favorite of any Trek character.
Right.
And that all goes to Andrew J. Robinson.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
the writers. I mean, the writers took his role. They had something to chew on with him. They got to make this incredibly complex, amazing, wonderfully written, deep character that they didn't feel they had the same opportunity to do with any of the Federation characters. I don't know if that's because they were bored with them or what. Although they started to do it with Sisko a little bit later, but. He was so unique to Star Trek because he wasn't Federation, because he was everything that the Federation couldn't be. And that's what made him so much fun.
And it also allowed other characters to, when they interacted with him, with the best example being Quark.
Oh, yeah.
To be on a different level. I mean, we've talked about the brilliance of the root beer conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But Quark couldn't have had that conversation with anybody else.
That's true. And it wouldn't have made sense. Well, it wouldn't have made sense with Morn because, you know.
Morn, it would be half a conversation.
Morn talk his ear off.
Morn would talk his ear off.
Yeah,
and by the way, timelines people getting a message from Morn where you're staring at him on the view screen, but yet his message is written. Oh my God, people are going to absurd lengths now to not have Morn talk.
It's awesome, isn't it? Really? Come on. It's funny.
Since you mentioned timelines, Garrick is one of my favorite characters in there.
Yeah.
What's his trait?
I have spy, scoundrel. But he's got like 5 traits for me.
But does he have like diplomacy?
Not me.
Well, the version that I have is a blue quality. He's got engineering. He's got the security, and I want to say command.
Now, are you paying for any, Mike?
What was that?
Did you pay?
Yeah, I've spent money. I've spent money in game, and I'm
because I think I have a green. Is a green level one of them?
I have not seen a green level.
My Cisco is green.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
See, I don't have a Cisco.
To get blues or above, you have to spend money or wait until the daily the daily reward.
Okay.
You do get access to the high end stuff through the daily, but it's like once every 2 weeks or so.
Oh, okay.
And you can get blues, purples, and golds through there. So okay.
Sweet. No, it's cool. Janet, did you want to pop in and say anything, or
no? I'm good. Thanks.
She'll talk about the next one.
Okay. Yeah. The next one I can.
Well, the next one, let's just get to it then. It's number 31 on our list is The Trouble with Tribbles. It's TOS. Come on. And I think this is the first TOS episode that we have in our countdown.
What a way to start it off.
Yeah, no kidding. I think it was, I don't know. You guys start. Nick, Janet?
Yes.
Well, I first saw this as a kid, so I sort of have that perspective on it, I suppose. But I just remember it being very colorful and lively, and so it appealed quite a bit. But as I get older, the garbage scow joke came to me from a mile away. But and kind of the Klingon plot is sort of, when you can sort of look at it, and I wouldn't say it's obvious, but it is kind of neat that was what they used as their Klingon detector, if you will.
Yeah.
But and that they were useful for something. But if you think about when this was aired, it was 67 or 68. Mm-hmm. Zero population growth was a very big deal, and which it still should be. But it was absolutely a big deal in the late 60s. And so here you have it on the screen, but in a way that is very palatable for people to watch. But nobody ever seems to, nobody seems to look at a possible solution for this tribble overpopulation crisis, which is, spay and neuter your tribble.
But especially because but they're born pregnant. So it's a little difficult.
So you get 1 litter out of them.
Well, gremlins, you don't feed them after midnight, right? Well, you can't feed your tribble
ever.
Yeah, really, ever. I think for being a comedic episode, because really that's what it was, and is still considered to be rather comedic. It's one of those iconic episodes of the original series, and part of the reason why Star Trek has lasted for 50 years. It's
an episode even people like my mom who don't like the show like.
Yeah.
Very approachable.
It's one of those episodes that it should be on anyone's short list for, hey, this is an episode that you need to see if you want to try to understand what Star Trek is.
Yeah. It's always one of those things where somebody says, I'm just starting to get into Star Trek. Give me 4 or 5 episodes. Trouble with Tribbles always ends up being one of them. It just does. I think it's just because it's funny and it's, like you said, it's very approachable. And let's face it, Tribbles are fucking cute.
I hate them.
I think they're cute.
Except, of course, for the ones that make their way to our table every year at Star Trek Las Vegas.
That's
Those
right.
I love.
Trelane. Mm-hmm. Trelane the Tribble. Although they're getting a little worn around the edges. I think they're done. They might have to have somebody else come in and take their spot this year.
Oh, so they're going to retire to the great big Tribble Ranch in the sky?
Trelane is pretty much saying I'm done. Yeah, and
putting Trelane out to stud.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
Christ,
and Sunsail says she still wants a pet glommer from. You know what? son, they do make those.
Remember a couple of years ago, that woman that was dressed up like a glamour at Vegas?
Yep. It's true. It's so true. Oh, well.
A picture of that somewhere.
It was very cute. Well, Trouble with Tribbles is also, as you can imagine, has given rise to probably some of the more popular consumer products. You can buy a Tribble. At the Star Trek convention, there's actually a whole booth of the Tribble booth, and you can buy little Tribbles and big Tribbles and Tribbles that squeak and talk, and so cute. So cute. But let's face it. Let's get to the real nitty gritty on this one, and that is Scotty using Tribbles as a weapon of mass destruction.
Mm-hmm. And then laughing about it.
There's an ethics
no Tribble at all.
So when people want to talk about Cisco, at least he was going after the moon with the marquee on it. Scotty just, it's so funny. We're going to do this. Ha, 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 ha.
I am not sure what was worse. The fact that you were torturing Klingons with the Tribbles, or the fact that you were torturing so many Tribbles with the Klingons. It's animal abuse.
Well, yeah, it is. It's the Klingons. They're doing animal genocide against the Tribbles. So they're trying to wipe them from the face of existence. So Scotty just doomed all those Tribbles to death.
Yep, pretty much.
Without actually killing them, but it's the same thing. He's got blood on his hands.
All for the sake of a pun.
And there'd be no Tribble at all.
And then Kirk just slaps his knee and laughs.
There you go.
Fuckers.
That is how the G&T show can dissect and take down and destroy one of your favorite episodes.
One of the most beloved episodes in Star Trek history.
Deconstruction, baby.
Don't even want to talk about what they did to taking Cyrano Jones's livelihood away from him.
He's still technically, on K7 trying to track down the last of those Tribbles.
Yep.
I think so.
And it's been like 200 years since then?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next week for 50 for 50. Get your pens ready. You ready?
No. Hold on.
Give me a minute.
I got to get my pen. Hold on.
Again,
I'm still looking.
I'm talking to our listeners right now. For our listeners,
this one doesn't work.
Over 50 for 50. We are counting down the top 50 episodes of Star Trek. All of the live action series is voted on by you, so you only have yourselves to blame.
Oh, the lead just broke on this pencil. Hold on.
Wow.
All right, I've got the quill. Okay, this ink is good. Go ahead.
All right, number 30, DS9, season 6, episode 13. Far Beyond the Stars.
Oh, which just was 18 years ago this week.
God, can you imagine? It's 18 years ago. Yes.
It's real.
You turned a comedic episode into a story of genocide and murder. Well done. Thank you.
Right on.
And give us one of genocide and murder, and we'll turn it into a comedy.
That's exactly right. And number 29, Enterprise, season 4, episode 7, The Forge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Ready, Janet? Oh.
Is this the last of the Enterprise episodes? I asked because I want to put the DVDs away.
Okay. Actually, no.
Oh.
It's my understanding there's at least one more.
Okay. All right. I'll
fucking bored.
But you might want to keep that same disc handy because I believe that the next one is in the same arc.
Okay.
So
fucking bored. Bored and leads to relap.
Yeah. So that was my.
Right on.
So yeah. So Far Beyond the Stars, DS9, and The Forge from Enterprise for next week's in the number 30 and number 29.
Far Beyond the Stars. That's a Benny episode, isn't it?
It's the Benny episode.
It's the Benny episode. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple Benny episodes.
No, that's the Benny.
But that's the Benny episode. Okay.
Yes.
And The Forge. Yeah, that would. Yeah. Okay.
And you know which one The Forge is. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All righty. So there you go, everybody. Mike, do we have some announcements?
So I'm gathering the last, since there's only one more episode of Enterprise in the 50 for 50, that it's going to be These Are the Voyages.
We already discussed that last week, remember?
I know. Remember I was on a phone call?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was one of the bottom 10.
I know that was the joke because it's beloved.
Is that the one from Shuttlepod 1? What's that one that Louis D'Onofrio put up there?
That's the one where they're on the ice planet.
Oh, the ice planet.
See the snowman?
Yeah. That's right.
It's got Vulcan ears. Right. We have voicemail.
Hey, I need to talk to you. Listener mail.
Oh my God, right. We do have voicemail.
Okay, so
all right. Go ahead.
Hi. I just wanted to say that I think that a wonderful guest for your show would be Michael Hinman. I hear he's very smart. He has great hair, great in bed, and knows his shit. So I swear I don't know Michael Hinman, nor am I him. So I hope that you take my suggestion very sweetly. Or, no. Is that sweetly? What the hell does that say? Seriously. Thank you. I love the Ganty show.
Bastard.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
There you go. Michael Hinman is the editor-in-chief at 1701news.com. He's also, I've known Mike for several years. Worked for Airlock Alpha. So for people who want to know how biased I am a little biased, right? Because the guy's, he, as you can imagine, has been covering all sorts of Star Trek news, and he's been very busy this week, which is why I decided I wouldn't ask him to come on to this week's show until he could get through the Brian Fuller stuff, because that was a lot of big news for him. We'll have Mike. We're going to have Mike on because we'll be talking, but I wanted to kind of wait until we got some more news about certain issues, and then we'll have him. We'll have him on and we'll shoot the shit with him. He is a Star Trek geek like the rest of us, and I want to talk to him. Actually, I want to have him on to talk about a couple of episodes that are coming on for 50 for 50 in the near future. So I'm going to approach him about that. I don't really want to get too bogged down into axing our bullshit with him because he's so much fun to talk to about Star Trek. So that's where we're going to have. And yes,
and
Mike,
evidently good in bed.
And what?
And evidently good in bed.
According to him.
Whoever left that message.
Yeah, according to whoever left that message. What a doofus. He's so funny. Okay, Mikey.
Announcements.
I have something to say. Announcements.
We received a message from our friend Cassidy, or Terrace Cassidy, the owner of Geek Nation Tours.
Yes.
And I'm going to read his quote. Hey, I just moved our Star Trek tour to the limited space status and will soon close it for booking. Can you mention that on your next show? Just want to give people another chance to hop aboard prior to me closing it.
Holy crap, that's wonderful.
Last chance, looks like. Yeah. Last chance. So if you're interested in taking the tour, sign up now before the tickets are gone.
Really, and you're not going to get Doris and the whole crew there are amazing. You're going to have a great time. They're so
much fun. So yeah, if you guys are interested in taking the Star Trek tour that is always kind of attached to Star Trek Las Vegas, please do so. Get in touch with geeknationtours.com and reserve your space, because there is limited space and it sounds like there's only a few spaces left, which isn't surprising because it's my understanding for all intent and purposes, Star Trek Las Vegas is now sold out entirely.
Wow.
Convention news.
There are rumors that there might be like 4 or 5 copper seats left, but general admission sold out.
Didn't I see that they're also seeing if they can work with the hotel as well as and their seating arrangement to see if they can squeeze in a few more tickets somewhere, but there's no guarantee that there is going to be more.
To be honest with you, everybody who's ever seen this hall, the space that they use. It holds like 7,500 people. It's like Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. It's huge. And there's only so many people that you can put in there and not piss off a fire marshal.
Yeah.
That's what they're dealing with. So those things are actually quite well reviewed and audited. And the fire marshal, for large conventions like this, there's always one there constantly monitoring whether or not you're overcrowded. And it's a safety thing. It really is a safety thing. If something crazy happens, you want to be able to evacuate all those people safely. And if it's too crowded, that's when you end up with people getting hurt. So that's why they limit.
You wind up with
like a stampede.
A station nightclub.
No, I was going to say what's the name of that bat? Great White.
Yeah.
Great White.
Great White Stripes or something like that.
Great White.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was horrible. And I have those glasses. Okay. So, yes, STLV for all intent and purposes is sold out. There are a few like 10 seats left or something like that. Seriously, less than. So, we will be there. I am still waiting for the confirmation on the second booth. And I had to re-ask them to send us confirmation because our mail was stolen.
Oh no!
This week, so we don't know if we're missing any mail, and if we're missing mail, what we're missing. There's a set of thieves going around, not just my town, but throughout Albuquerque. There are quite frankly hundreds of people who have had their mailboxes broken in the past couple of weeks, and we are now all having to go to the post office to pick up our mail on a daily basis because they don't fucking deliver house to house here.
Oh no.
So yeah, there's thousands and thousands of people here who are pretty upset. So as soon as I get that confirmation,
your local post office isn't nearby either.
No, it's 9 miles away.
Jeez.
My post office, my mailbox is 1.5 miles away. The post office is 9 miles further up the mountain.
It is.
So yeah, it's crazy. So as soon as we get that confirmation, I'll be able to tell you that yes, we have both. We do have one booth, but we've always wanted to do a double wide booth here at double wide. It's kind of like a motorhome, right?
Roomy.
Yeah, to have enough room for the guests that we are hoping that we can have at our booth for STLV. But we'll be there. We will also be at
the massage parlor.
Yes.
You know, we'd have to have room for the massage parlor.
Careful. That might happen. And we will also be making an appearance, at least Nick and Janet and I will be at Star Trek Mission New York in
right on,
which I'm very excited about. And that's Labor Day weekend in New York City. So, huzzah. Any other announcements, Mikey?
Shore leave.
Yes.
Nick, the plan is that you're still planning on attending Shore leave, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Shore leave sent me a little press release. Let's see. July 15th through the 17th at the Hunts Valley Inn, Wyndham Grand in Hunt Valley, Maryland. One of the oldest and largest all-volunteer, all-fan-run science fiction and media conventions in the nation will be returning to the Hunt Valley Inn next July to help celebrate the 50th anniversary of Star Trek with genre enthusiasts from all over the galaxy. Shore Leave will feature 3 full days of programming with something special for every fan's taste. Among them will be the Q&A sessions with our guest stars, autographs, photo op sessions, a huge 10-forward dance party Saturday night, an art show and auction. Friday night, meet the pros party with our writer and scientist guests, special children's and teens programming, science programming, fan panel discussions, a charity auction, and a Red Cross blood drive, special fan film screenings, weekend-long gaming, and so much more.
Wow.
Among their special guests this year will be genre favorite John Noble from Fringe, Elementary, Sleepy Hollow, Michael Forrest Apollo, who played Apollo from Star Trek TOS, Who Mourns for Adonai, Barbara Bouchette from Kalinda, or she played Kalinda in TOS episode By Any Other Name. Artist guests of honor is Mike McPhail, and Todd Brugmans. So sorry for butchering your names. I don't speak English. And renowned authors Paula M. Block and Terry Erdman.
Yay.
With many more yet to be announced. We love Paula and Terry. So hi, guys. For further information, please look into their official website, shore-leave.com, or contact their media relations department.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Did you? I may have missed it, Mike, because you went quick. Did you mention who was just added?
No, he did not.
No, I did not.
No, you didn't.
But we'll leave that one for you, Nick, because we know how much you love this individual.
I couldn't get through it. But Terry, you're going to be so wrong, and you're going to see it.
Nick's future wife, Karen Gillan. Yeah.
And it's Gillan, correct?
I had to miss
second
Barrowman last year.
Yeah.
I am not missing her.
Okay.
He will walk if he has to.
Okay, any other announcements?
That's all I got.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Miss Janet, what about you?
No announcement, but a poem for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Roses are red, violets out of season. To tell you we love you requires no reason. Happy Valentine's Day, listeners.
Aww.
What the fuck was that?
That was us being sucked up to our listeners. It's awesome.
It's now tell the truth. We hate you all.
Edit that out, okay?
Oh, no. Mike, title. Sappy Valentine's Day poem.
I was thinking something else, but yeah, baby. We can discuss
Product-Palooza.
Yeah, or License-O-Rama. Okay. Let's end this bitch.
That's right. Okay. All right, everybody. That's kind of it for episode 224. Join us next week, the 21st of February, for episode 225. Until then, live long and prosper.
Kapla.
Happy Valentine's Day. See you next week.
Joel on True fan bitches.
Music for the GNT show is provided by 5 Year Mission, Enterprise Blues Band, Warp 11, Andrew Allen, and Grethor. The GNT show is a BLB production.
Move ahead, walk back to 10. Put a mini skirt on my old man. Represent the human race. And we make space a happy place. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Gonna travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy-free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Come and take a tour with me. There'll be no cons or Kobe.